What is going on, guys? So today we're going to be doing a video going over 5 very important tips for a new player. This is for someone just starting the game, probably wondering what they should be doing and how they can gear up faster. So we're going to be going over these tips. Hopefully they help you guys out, and let's jump into it. So the very first tip, which is probably the most basic one out of this guide, is just finishing the storyline. I'll have a lot of people in the faction chat which are new players, and they'll be asking what should I be doing, what dungeons should I be running, and they're around like level 47 or 48, and really the answer every single time is going to be finishing that storyline. You want to finish the storyline all the way through, complete all the yellow quests. Very simple, just click track quest, do it, and just knock it out. Really, you shouldn't be doing any side quests whatsoever. You can do them up to like level 15 if you want, but then after that, it's definitely a waste of time. Focus on knocking these out. Ideally, you can get this done within around 4 to 5 days, maybe a week if you're taking your time a little bit. But the reason why you knock out that storyline is really you won't get to the actual game itself until after the storyline. A lot of people kind of consider it kind of like a tutorial, and then once you get past it, you can actually start running dungeons and raids. Also, not to mention, the storyline gives you so much good stuff. It gives you a ton of gold, tons of materials, gems, gives you a Half-Moon Pet Aura, a Half-Moon Soul, gives you really everything you need to get started. Also, if you're a returning player, keep in mind you don't have to level your weapon or your accessory anymore. All that is given to you throughout the storyline until you get to the very end where you'll have your Baleful and Seraph weapon, but you won't have to worry about that for quite a while. So literally just finish the storyline, follow it through, and you'll be on to the next step. So the next tip is about Celestial Basin. Now, once you get far enough into the storyline, you can come to Celestial Basin. It's in Dunwon City. You come here, and then what you can do here is actually farm peaches by completing different types of quests. And once you complete the quest, you'll get peaches, and you can trade those in for multiple really great items. There's a ton of really great items, but the number one priority is going to be your Mystic Badge. This is the only way to get your Mystic Badge as a new player. Eventually you will get your legendary one, but this is from a high-end geared raid, so it won't really be available anytime soon. What you'll do is farm 15,000 peaches, which really you can get done within a day. If you're taking your time or don't have a lot of time, maybe 2 to 3 days, but definitely isn't that much work. Once you get that farmed up, you'll buy it depending on what class and build you go. For example, I'm Lightning Blade Dancer, so I would get the Pulse Mystic Badge because it gives obviously lightning attack power on using Flicker. After that, there's a few other good items to farm for. I would say gems are pretty useful. Honestly, you get some pretty decently high tier gems from just farming these peaches, which don't take much time at all. And as a new player, you really don't have that good of gems. You usually have the really basic square gems. So getting these is going to help you out a lot with your AP and just overall damage. The best advantage of Celestial Basin is that you don't have to rely on anyone. You can just come here by yourself. You can have really bad gear, it doesn't matter, and just run this content, complete the peaches, and trade those in for some pretty great items. So it's really awesome to help out for a new player. I preached this all 2018 to farm here. I'm preaching it again in 2019 for the new players. Farm here as much as possible, get some good gear, and help yourself progress faster. Next tip we have is saving your solar energy. So how you get solar energy is you do the daily challenge every day. Every time you complete the daily challenge, which you just complete 3 quests from this list, very simple to do, you'll get a chest. And what the chest gives is 4 guaranteed solar energy, and then an RNG chance for a couple more solar energy if you're maybe lucky that day. Now, what you can do with the solar energy is actually trade it in for soul badges. This is why you really want to save them, because getting a soul badge is very important for a new player, and getting the one that you need that's best in slot is pretty hard to get otherwise. You would have to buy it really with tokens, and buying the tokens off the marketplace are insanely expensive, so you're not going to really be able to afford it. This is easily the best way. So basically, if you want to get your soul badge, you'll have to do the daily challenge every day. Make sure you knock that out. If you do it every single day, not counting if you get any RNG solar energies, it'll take you around 31 days to get your soul badge. So here's a really great example of what I did for my Blade Dancer is I farmed up a month on 2 different characters. Now on my main, my Blade Dancer, I farmed for a month and bought my Courage soul badge, which is easily the best in slot soul badge for Lightning Blade Dancer. So I bought this and just used the Courage soul badge. Now, eventually what you can do is fuse soul badge together for additional effects, which is really useful. So what I did on another character is farm the solar energy and then buy the Sagwood badge and trade it over to Catmint. So what I did with that is I can fuse it together to get the Limitless soul badge. So keep in mind, solar energy you cannot trade between characters. It's not bound to account. You can't mail it or anything like that. But what you can do is buy these chests, and the soul badge chest is actually bound to account, which is really nice because you can buy this, for example, Holy Fire soul badge, and then trade it to another character that needs it. So ideally, if you do what I did, you can gear up your character for later by farming the 2 soul badges it needs for its fused version later on in the future. So for the next part, we're going to be taking a little bit of a detour because unfortunately I don't have the quest anymore because I've completed it on all my characters. So we're going to be looking at a video of one that I did in August. Kind of like a weird Inception thing going on right now because you're watching a video mine within like another video mine. Kind of crazy, but what we're going to be doing is looking at this Dead Refuse to Die side quest. So once you finish the storyline, you'll get a quest letter, and in the quest letter, there'll be a quest called The Dead Refuse to Die. This is one of the very few side quests you actually want to complete because it gives you some really great items. What you'll have to do is complete Epidrate Citadel, Desolate Tomb, and Naru Foundry. These 3 dungeons are honestly really easy. Just go into F8, LFP it. You can just join with a random group of people. Don't need any type of AP requirements, and you just knock them out very easily. And then Mushin Tower Floor 16 is again very easy. I think I've done it with like an 800 AP character before. Very easy to do. Also keep in mind is you have to do the dungeons in order. So you can't do Desolate Tomb and then Epidrate Citadel and then Naru Foundry. You have to do Epidrate Citadel first, then Desolate Tomb, then Naru Foundry. Otherwise it won't count. And I've made that mistake multiple times, so don't do it like me. Once you finish it, you'll get, I believe it's around 200 Draken Cores now. Back in this time in August, it was around 250 Draken Cores you would get, but I think they reduced it to 200. Could be wrong on that. And then you also get 17 gold, which is really nice, and then you get XP and then some peaches. Now after you finish the Dead Refuse to Die side quest, you should have your oath necklace and your belt or your ring and be decently geared, and you should be farming Celestial Basin too. Now you'll be able to do the Know Thine Enemy Part 2, which is a quest letter. And what you do is Naru Sanctum, Iron Tet Forge, and Epidrate Lair, and then Starstone Mines and Hollow's Heart. These dungeons are definitely a more high tier than the last 3 from the Dead Refuse to Die side quest, but the rewards are actually really great. Now what you can do with the 5 beads that you get from here is go to this vendor here in Mushin's Tower. So you'll either buy the Unrefined Divide Dragon Bracelet or the Unrefined Tiger Bracelet depending on your class and element of choice. Then you would go to this little Lin guy, talk to him, and you'll see in his second tab he has a chest. In order to actually open the chest, you need one of the unrefined items. And again, depending on your class and element is whatever one you need. So you need the 5 beads, and then you'll also need 100 Draken Cores, which honestly you can get pretty easily just from doing your daily dungeons of Desolate Tomb, Epidrate Citadel, and Naru Foundry, all those really basic ones. The last tip I have is honestly just trying to join a clan as soon as possible. After you finish the storyline and you're level 55, you should be trying to get into a clan or at least trying to make friends, because in Blade & Soul, without a clan to run raids with, it's very hard to gear. I've been there and it's just quite difficult. You either have to like pay for like carry runs or pay for runs to people to let you join with them, or you just really have to struggle because it's really impossible to gear up fast if you can't run endgame raids like Vortex Temple and Nightfall Sanctuary or even Black Tower. And having a clan is so important. Unfortunately, most clans are pretty full, at least the really well-established ones. Kind of your best bet is to join a social clan and at least make friends, because in social clans you don't get the same benefits as a competitive clan does. But the nice thing about social clan is there's no requirement, so you can just join it, meet some new friends, and try to at least build some friendships and have people to run dungeons with. Other options is you can try to join the raid recruitment Discord. That one has a lot of people asking for people to join raids or do dungeons with them. It's a great way for the community to meet new people and, you know, group with other people instead of just running content by yourself. Because as I said earlier, it really is a team game. It really is like a team game in Blade & Soul. You're not going to be able to progress very well without having a clan backing you to do your weekly raids with and just gear up and get your items that you need to upgrade, like your Ranzu weapon or getting gold from the raid, doing it every week. Everything like that really helps you out. So not having a clan is going to hurt you a lot, so why not start early, try to build friendships, try to join a social clan, join Discords, make friends, and try to get into a clan as soon as possible, because it's going to really help you out if you're serious about gearing in Blade & Soul. Anyways, that's kind of my video. I hope these tips helped you out if you're a new player. If it did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Have a bunch more Blade & Soul content coming very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one very soon.